So I've just completed Resident Evil 4, the remake from 2023. Had a couple things I wanted to talk about, and specifically for this personal retrospective series, I kind of want to talk about my history playing RE4 in general. So my initial exposure to Resident Evil was watching my uncle play Resident Evil 2 on the Nintendo 64. But my first foray into actually playing the game was on the Nintendo GameCube with Resident Evil 4. I had a cousin who had brought this weird little cube over with this weird controller, and he had like 3 games for it. And it's hard to say, but the two that I remember that will always stick out to me are the Wind Waker and Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 at that time was unlike anything I think the games industry had seen. It was, I mean, you'll see a lot of video essays online talking about how it's such a pivotal game and fundamental in so many different ways. But just in general, it's at that point in time was probably the most realistic game I had ever seen. I remember playing it a lot on that GameCube, and it was on a CRT monitor. I just remember failing a lot at the QTEs, specifically like the boulder when you have to like mash the button to get past it. I remember having to have my cousin help me. I specifically remember one time when we were in my uncle's house and we were playing the game, and it was in like the kitchen area, like just in the middle of the kitchen on the table with the TV, playing probably the 2 hours into the game. It was the second chainsaw Dr. Salvador that you come across at the village manor or the chief's house right over there. I remember that and dying a lot and getting like spooked out with him. Other than that, I didn't play it for a while, and then I got some kind of allowance money. My grandparents would give me, I think, $1 for every A that I got in school, and after a bit, I had enough, and like chores and stuff. I just had enough to kind of warrant purchasing the game or having I remember having my dad buy the game. I remember going to the Walmart and seeing it in the case, and this is when they had the demo stations and stuff. I remember looking at it and like, I want that, and it was specifically the PlayStation 2 version because we had gotten a PS2 a few years prior for Christmas. That's where I had a lot of experience with this. Yeah, it looked great on the PlayStation 2, and I remember telling my grandmother about it, and she's like, "Well, it's realistic that they would use that kind of strong language in that situation." Um, remember playing through that game. My mom, I remember waking up for school, and it was like 6 a.m., and I remember it still being on the TV. The game was still on, and she was at the part in the lake with the giant fish or Del Lago. I just remember it was addictive to play. The combat was fun. The story was unique and interesting, and it was just kind of right time, right place kind of thing. But there's a reason why it is probably one of the most played Resident Evil games, and people just coming back to it. It's just because it's good. Um, hell, I bought it on. Let's see. Let me think about it. I bought it on GameCube. I have it on PS2. I had it on the Wii, Xbox 360, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Steam. So I've bought it a few times, and that's just the original. Um, the one I played on the channel is the remake from 2023, reworked, voice acting, the whole nine. More of a reimagining than a like one for one remake. And I know a lot of people were kind of upset that it wasn't a one for one remake, and that's not kind of where my stance is. I like seeing things that are faithful to the original, but I like the innovation that they do too. So swapping things around or moving them around or rewriting the events or characters being rewritten. Um, that's not uncommon for Resident Evil to do, especially in these remakes. 2 and 3 did great jobs with rewriting their characters. In 4, you've got Leon, Ada, Ashley, Luis, Salazar, Ramon, Sadler, and a lot of them got a pretty big overhaul to their characters. And the one that I really wanted to highlight is Luis's character. Luis Serra in that game is night and day, 1,000 times% more interesting here in the remake than he ever was in the original game. In the original game, he was not so much. he just didn't grab you. There's not really any reason for him to be in the story other than to be like, oh, there's another guy here. They gave him such a personality in the lore and the backstory and in the files. They really explored what his character was and why he has the motivations that he has. And that's why it makes it kind of tragic when he dies in the game. So you like, his last words are like, "Do you think people can change?" Because he wants to do better. Because he knows he's made bad choices in his life. He's gone down bad paths, and he's trying to make up for that by helping Leon and Ashley. And it's sad when he dies, and it's a character loss that is not that way in the original game. In the original game, it was just kind of one and done. Boom. Oh, he's dead. Krauser's okay. They, wrote him okay. Ada's fine in the main game. Ashley got a little bit of a rework. She's more interesting now. Uh, Way more grounded in her acting and performance. Leon being very stoic, and the biggest I'd say criticism. The biggest change I think in tone of the game is there's just a much more serious vibe this time around, similar to the way they did the 2 and 3 remakes. And not to say that those games weren't serious, but the writing and the direction and the acting totally different from the original games. But this tone that they have is kind of more grounded and serious in that way. They also brought that to 4 as well. So there's a lot of the quips and jokes and just stupid stuff that Leon would say is kind of cut out and missing here. There is still some of it, but to the degree that it was in the original, it's not on the same level. Ada's campaign, the Separate Ways DLC add-on, is fantastic. A lot of people were upset that some of the stuff that was missing in the original game was left out in the initial release of the remake, but yeah, I could take U3. That part in the original game really didn't make too much sense to me. Just kind of seemed weird. It's one of those weird things in the game. But they worked it into the overall story and placed it into separate ways. There's some set pieces that weren't in the original game that are in separate ways, and they really they nailed it. Separate Ways is so good compared to the original. The original was just a tacked on campaign to get you to buy the PS2 version. You know, Here it is, and it was only $10. $10 for this campaign, and if you're playing it start to finish on a first time run, you're probably looking at like 5 or 6 hours. But for a $10 piece of DLC that is kind of critical to the story, a lot of people were upset that they were charging for it in general. But for $10, you were getting like almost I would say if they had charged $20, $25 for that, I think it would have been worth it. It's that good and it's that important to the story, and it just works. Out of all these games that I've 100%ed, Resident Evil 4 took a little bit of time. It was probably around 90-ish hours to complete and get the achievements. But a lot of that wasn't just the achievement run part of it. It was just the fact that I have so much fun playing this game. Just like I've played the original. I can't even tell you how many times I've played it. I've played it and played it and played it and played it because it is that fun. And this remake takes everything from that original game that made it fun, adds mechanics like the parrying system. Um, that makes the game. I mean, it adds so much to the combat, and the combat is so fun and addictive and challenging if you want it to be, that it just keeps you coming in. For this one playthrough that I did, I started it on standard and decided that actually, you know what, I'm kind of breezing through standard really quickly. It's not really too much of a challenge. I'm not getting overwhelmed. And so I was like, okay, I'm going to go to hardcore. So I go to hardcore, start playing it on hardcore, but then I forget to save. So I was like, okay, well, I'm enjoying it so much. I'll just start it over on assisted to get back to that point. I played through assisted, got through that, and then I continued on hardcore. One of the goals of these personal retrospectives or in mini reviews is to give myself a platform to talk about the things that I love. Um, and if you haven't gathered, Resident Evil is one of those things. And I wanted to celebrate this year with playing through these games, recording gameplay for everyone to watch, my friend to watch. It's allowed me to kind of give some thought to something that I enjoy and want to celebrate. And the way that I'm able to communicate that is just by having these little unscripted, session conversations, whatever you want, for the channel. It's something I miss about old school YouTube. I've been watching YouTube for a very long time, and there are no short of long form, edited, written video essays, retrospectives, gameplay reviews. There's all kinds of that stuff on YouTube, and I like watching that stuff. But what I miss about old school YouTube is this kind of low stimulation conversation between yourself and the people that put stuff on the internet. I want you to be here because you want to listen to someone's opinion or their thoughts on something and not be persuaded one way or the other. I don't necessarily want to get into the weeds of like comparing the remake and the original side by side, which one's better. I think both of them are equally good and neither one replaces the other. I think they're both important. They're on the same playing ground here. Obviously, one looks better, one is more I guess to the time of the era, but that doesn't mean it's inherently worse than the other one. They have their own quirks and their own personality even between the two, and it's just I enjoy and adore both of them equally. Now let's enjoy this death montage. Oh god, move me out the oh my god. Oh, I died. Oh my gosh, no way. Oh my lord. Oh, get out. Oh my god. I don't know how I am not dead. Oh no, come on. No. Oh, dang it. Oh no. Oh god. Okay. Oh, it's the freaking fire dudes. Oh, Lord. Okay. Jeez. The shovel dudes. Oh, I can't do that, Luis. I'm dead. I'm so dead. He's running so fast. Gosh! Dang it, dude. Oh, here it is. Okay, let's try it here. Oh, yeah, I almost used it right there, you see? Oh, God. No. Oh! Okay. Oh. Perfect. That guy's dynamite works wonders. What? What? Oh no. I need those to die. Oh, I died! Oh, dang it. What? Where's that? Are you serious? Okay. What? Oh my gosh. Dude, that sucks. Okay. Alright. Oh, I died! Oh no! Oh. Dang it. Oh, what? No! Oh. Alright. Oh! What? Oh! What just happened? Okay, well, what is he doing? Oh man, what the? Oh no! What? Golly! Run! Oh! Gosh darn it! These were the original game. They were cut from the remake. Ah! What? Oh no, dude, what the hell, dude? Oh. So, oh, you. Oh, are you serious? Oh, bull. Oh my. That's some bullshit, dude. What? Look at her body. Did you see?